Let's go.
Welcome back to the Jay Davis Show. My next guest is in the building, Will Cummings III. What's happening, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, Jay.
Oh, no problem, man. Tell the people out there a little something about yourself.
Well, I'm old.
Okay.
I mean, I was in Jay Davis's current movie, which is premiering the 19th of May
Hell
at the
yeah.
Portage Theater.
Shots fired.
Called Shots Fired. And Jay was nice enough to let me lay down some real authentic Southside accent.
Yes, you did. So, what's going on with you, Will?
I auditioned this morning,
Uh-huh.
and thanks to you, instead of doing a Southern preacher, I did a Southside Chicago preacher. I didn't mean to, it just kind of came out.
It just came out, Cipriano emerged.
So that's one job I won't get.
Oh.
I also have a short film that just got picked to be in the Laugh or Die Comedy Fest, which is going to be at the Portage on June 2nd.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's a short film. The title, I think, will take longer to say than the film, but it's called The House of the Degenerative, Brain-Eating, Mutant Frog Insects.
Jesus Christ. They gonna put that on the marquee? Okay.
I don't think so. They'll probably just put production company name, which was Four Lizards. It was a lot of fun. It was a tribute to Ed Wood.
Uh-huh.
And it was basically a remake of Bride of the Monster, which was the movie they were making during the movie Ed Wood, the kind of movie within the movie.
Uh-huh.
So I got to run around and play Bela Lugosi, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So how long have you been acting, Will?
This time through, it's just over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I originally did a lot of community theater and stuff down on the south side through Moraine Valley Community College.
Oh,
And then met my wife doing a Shakespearean show.
how you doing?
All right.
My beautiful wife, Pat,
Mhm.
and then discovered I didn't have to be funny and get physical love anymore, so
Oh.
I quit acting.
I've been wasting my time for a long
That's it, man,
time.
I'm telling you. And then, I kind of gave up because of kids and life,
Uh-huh.
and started up again about 5 years ago at a very advanced age.
But you are one of I can honestly say you probably did the best cold read that I've ever seen before, because a lot of people don't know how hard it is to just come in. I give you a script and you got to get into character and within 10 minutes. And you did a dynamite job with that, so
Thank you.
no problem. Nikki G's in the building. What's up, Nikki G?
Nikki G made it. Am I on?
You on the air, people listening.
Hey, y'all. Peace,
Hey.
peace and love.
You have a question for our guest, Nikki G?
How did you like working with Jay Davis?
Jay, well, he sit right next to me. So
I'll put Nikki on the spot.
Right, you just
we're going to ask this guy.
I've been in a couple of movies with him too, and actually working with him, he's cool.
Some movies that we can't put out.
Oh. Actually,
See, he's starting already. I was late, y'all, so I'm not quite ready for Jay, but just give me a few minutes.
What are you talking about? I wasn't even going to say you was late, but...
I was a little late, but I had something to do. I had a funeral.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nikki. That's
Yes.
why you got all black on. This brings the
is
show
blue.
down. Thank
This
you.
is blue. I have on blue.
Oh, I can't see.
I know, you don't know the colors. So peace and love out to my boy Maury Harris, who has left us, but I still got big love for Big Mo. And then I had another audition. I mean, not an audition, rehearsal
Oh.
for the next thing I'll be filming. So, I cut them short to come co-host.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate both of you guys.
I don't want to hear your
Oh.
appreciation.
You want me to show it to you? Don't hold your hand out. Something happened. Anyway.
I'm gonna need some.
Wow.
I'm gonna need some I can fold. You can put it in my hand if I can fold.
Well,
Is it foldable?
I hope not. I have a problem. Will.
Yeah.
So, out of all our characters that you played, what is your favorite character? And describe the character.
My favorite was probably a character that was very creatively named Marigold Fish.
Uh-huh.
It was in a movie that originally was released called Long December.
Uh-huh.
It's since been re-released as Avenging Angel December, Vengeance Kill. Where I got to play a very freaky, very nasty, psychopathic kind of #2 hitman.
Oh, damn. So
It was intense.
you enjoy killing people on film?
No, not so much.
Oh.
As much as the intensity they let me have on that.
Okay.
And the freedom, much like you, she asked how I like working with you. You give your actors a lot of
Yeah, they
freedom.
can do pretty much.
Yeah.
You know,
whatever.
you realize you're
You
not
can
the
make
next
a character
Shakespeare.
work.
Right, you can't look at something wait, I can't, you gotta say it in your own voice, and that's my whole thing. So, that's cool.
So did your wife act also?
She acts like she likes me a lot. But she's been an actress.
Should she get an Emmy for that?
I've killed her in a couple movies as a zombie.
Oh, yeah.
So when you met her at the Shakespearean, was she acting or?
No. Actually, her best friend was acting, and I shot her.
Oh.
And she just shot me down like the dog that I am. But then she introduced me to Pat, and that was, I gotta guess now, like 33 years ago.
Wow.
That's
Been together ever since.
That's wonderful.
Oh, man. So what, if you had any advice to give any up-and-coming actors, actresses, what would it be?
Have a fallback job. Seriously, because I mean everybody's good, and in this town even, which is a there's a lot of work here. You got to realize every day buses from Iowa and Indiana and Wisconsin, Greyhounds, and the train station and O'Hare. I mean, it's just dumping actors that come here from the Midwest and actually from all over the world. They're trying to get a start. The competition for parts is just crazy. And even if you're very good, you've got to be very, very lucky as well. And you've got to be way better looking than I am. Unless you're old enough to slide in as a character actor.
So here, you heard it right here. If you're an actor or actress and you're not that good or you think you're good, please write down that Everett's College commercial. It's not too late to go to college and get the life together.
If they can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
Got a plan B. Trust me, you're going to need a plan B. No matter how good you are, because even when you do a lot of film, there's still a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
It is.
That's great. So have you ever thought about directing or anything like that?
No. I'll be honest, that has just never... I know every actor wants to be a director, but that has no appeal to me. Even being on the other side of the camera as a sound technician or an editor, or
you just want to be acting.
It's just I'm just a ham.
Just a ham.
Do you write at all though?
Yeah, I do write. I try and pass it off as ad lib on set.
Yeah.
But I once submitted a short scene to the wonderful people at Four Lizards, whose short movie I'm in, and they were so kind not to respond at all.
Oh,
you know, the next thing from them was a job offer, and I took that for the value of.
But I'll take it, whatever.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. So what's the craziest thing that happened to you on the set?
On a set?
Yeah, on the set. Like the director lost his mind, killed himself. What happened?
Oh, war story.
Yeah.
Probably the craziest thing, I worked with a guy one time that had a Walkman with the earbuds. And it was almost every time we had to change shots or change scenes, he needed 5-10 minutes to listen to his music to get ready for the next scene.
Oh my God! I wonder what he was. You know what he was listening to?
I had no idea. I'm a technical actor, so I was at the craft table eating.
That is kind of weird.
Well, he need theme music to do his job.
I guess that's but they got to get annoying after Wow.
The minutes add up.
Yeah. That is crazy. So what other projects are you working on now? Or any other auditions you got?
I'm also working on a short film called A Figment of My Imagination, which is pretty cool. Again, I play a mad scientist. But in this case, he creates a robot. And he had created it 20 years ago. And it's begun to think on its own.
Oh, shit.
And it's kind of a father-son thing where he just doesn't want the thing to get away.
And it's doing, so you're the mad scientist. Okay,
right.
Cool.
And he just, the scientist just hides behind the technology. Even as he's escaping, he doesn't go talk to the robot. He uses remote control and security guards. He's afraid to actually face-to-face confront him.
Oh, wow. Well, I like to put people on the spot here, Will.
Okay, put me on the spot, buddy. I'm ready.
I want you to give me the character you playing in Shots Fired is Cipriano. I want to get a quick Cipriano monologue, like you talking to Freddie like you just messed up.
I'll tell you, Jay, I'd rather talk about real life, okay? Now, this morning I was coming up on I-55, or as we call it on the south side, I-55 over by there, right? And the thing is, as you come around the corner by Joliet Road, which, by the way, is nowhere near frickin' Joliet, off in the distance, you see the Sears Tower rearing up over the city like a giant hand with its middle finger stuck up toward Canada. Now, that's architecture, my friend. That is Chicago architecture.
Wow.
Was that good enough?
That's good. What do you think about the Green Bay Packers, Cipriano?
I like the Green Bay Packers. It's Green Bay itself. I love Green Bay because I think Canadians come down to invade. And they look across Lake Michigan with the telescope, they see Green Bay and say, well, we'll go live with the Wolverines, eh? Instead of invading. The thing that gets me is the people that are really north side Chicagoans.
Yeah.
That like last year when the Packers were winning and the Bears were, well, the Bears.
Stinking out of the way.
All of a sudden they're Green Bay fans, you know. And I always wonder, you know, when you go Christmas shopping, you get in the car and drive 5 hours up to Green Bay? No. When people ask you where you're from, do you say, yeah, well, I'm from 4 hours south of Green Bay? No, you say you're from Chicago.
Man, this dude sounded like he was alderman on some silver shovel shit, real talk. Like he just got out of the Dirksen building with a suit on some straight corruption charges or some shit.
I was heard of brought up in a neighborhood called Back of the Yards over on 40th.
Yeah.
By the old
That's
airport there,
Chi-Town.
where they had a little issue with the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah.
I remember as a youth going up and watching wrestling, you know, with Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher and Dr. X.
Ooh, that's old.
And we would go up to the boat show, you know, and because we were Southsiders, we would look at the boats. We couldn't afford one. You know, that was back in the days where you could jump on a bus for a nickel. I'm showing my age again.
God damn, a nickel.
God.
And go anywhere in the city, but we were pretty much Back of the Yards people and just lived Back of the Yards. That was where we existed.
Man, he brought wrestling back.
Like you, that's when you can get a nickel bag for a nickel.
I wouldn't know about that, Jay, but I've heard from afternoon specials the price has gone up to the point where you need a second job for young actors. And I ain't saying
That
nothing
and
to-
cigarettes.
Yeah, cigarettes is crack prices now. No, I'm glad I don't know.
Yeah, cigarettes.
Right? Wow. But Will, for anybody want to reach you, book you, what's the best way to do that?
The best way is probably via Facebook.
Okay.
Even though I don't have a fan page, or you know, my Facebook page isn't really geared toward acting,
Right.
but it's the thing I check into most often.
Okay.
And my name is Will Cummings, and then the third, which is I. So it's WIL space CUMMINGS space I. And that's the best way to get a hold of me. Or I'll throw out my email real quick, and I'll probably regret this. It is WACIACTOR@gmail.com.
That's what's up. And Will is a great actor. I'm not just saying it because you're here, because he's dependable. Like, some people, I'm not going to say their name. If you say you're going to be somewhere, I'm like, hey, I need you here at a certain time, and you agree to that time, you can't call me 5 minutes before the time and say, hey, I can't make it.
That's just being old school. That was the ethic my parents beat into me as a young man to be on time.
Well, I'm young and I'm on time.
There you go. Well, it's a sign of respect.
I wasn't even
And not
talking
just
about
for the director, but for your fellow actors.
Right.
For everybody,
All the
right.
crew and everybody. That's correct.
You shouldn't have to
And
wait
know
on
your
one
lines.
person. And know your lines.
Know your lines.
Know your lines.
I know it's unheard of, but yeah.
Yeah. There's some things you shouldn't have to say, but you
Like
still
you're in
got
a
to
movie
say
and you haven't opened the script.
Wow. No, Will, I want to thank you again for coming out, man. I really appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you for having me and letting me plug my little short movie and your movie.
Hey, I appreciate it. I got
Thank
some
you.
posters and flyers for you, and if you want some.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, Jeff, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back for more of the Jay Davis Show.
We don't need no petroleum.
I hate love songs, but I'm writing one for you. What's up? This your girl Jamisha Trice, and I'm listening to the Jay Davis Show every Saturday from 2 to 4. Jay Davis, you nasty.